Welcome back to Totally Unbiased, and today we got another episode of Who Wins, Who Loses. Aidan is back with me today. We missed him on the last couple of videos, but today for Who Wins, Who Loses, I got a couple of special guests, a couple friends of mine, Anthony and Tommy. How we doing today, guys?
How we doing?
All right,
Doing
so
good.
on
Excited to be on.
that, of course. All right, so Who Wins, Who Loses, weekly pick 'em. It's kind of how it rolls. Make sure you follow all these guys. These are their social media ats on Twitter. So make sure you follow them. Make sure you follow us. Follow all of our socials on Twitter at YT_unbiased, on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Totally Unbiased. All right, so let's kind of jump into this. We're going to do like a little four-way screen here of all of us. Let's kind of jump in and see these games. So I'm gonna call out a game. We're gonna go around the horn. Aiden, then Tommy, then Monty. So we're gonna run with it. So the first game of the week that we're gonna talk about, because we're gonna pick the Thursday night football game at the end, is Dolphins traveling to London and the Jaguars traveling to London to play each other at 9:30 in the morning Eastern time. Aiden, who do you got in this one?
I have the Jaguars in this one. They've established the running game pretty well over the last couple of weeks. James Robinson looks really good. I think it's Jags all the way. Although with the traveling to London, there's fatigue, there's things to account for in that way. But I think it's the Jags.
Tommy, who you got?
I'll take the Jags too. I think they're kind of like London's home team here. I think Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer get their first win in London.
Monty, what you thinking?
It hates for me to go with a division rival as a Jets fan, but I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I mean, although I'm not that high on Tua, I think he's good enough to get the job done. And it kind of looks like Urban Meyer really has no clue what he's doing right now. So I have a hard time seeing the Jaguars maybe even winning a game this year until they prove that they could actually win one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Jaguars as well. If Tua's back, and I don't know if that's not guaranteed yet. If Tua is playing this game. If he is, my pick might change a little bit, but I'm not sure how much they will limit Tua. Trevor Lawrence and James Robinson have started to get it going a little bit. As long as Urban Meyer keeps the ball in their hands, looks like they'll be pretty good. Next, we got the Green Bay Packers traveling to Chicago. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think the Bears have a chance in this one, and I'm taking the Packers. Aiden, who do you got?
Yeah, this one's not even going to be close. I think the Packers win by 20 plus even. The Packers offense has just gotten so much better over the last few weeks, even though they were already one of the best offenses in the league. I think they've really improved. And Chicago is just a dumpster fire. Matt Nagy is incompetent. Justin Fields, although he's starting, I don't think he's quite ready to start. So I'd be very surprised if the Bears even kept it close. I think Packers all the way.
Tommy, what are you thinking?
I got the Packers too, and I'll take the points. They're 4.5-point favorites. I think that line's actually low. I'd take them at like 6.5 probably. No way you're betting against Aaron Rodgers, even in Chicago. I think that's an easy pick.
Monty?
Easy pick for me too. I got to go with the Packers. Aaron Rodgers has been brutalizing Chicago his whole career, and I don't really see that changing this week, honestly. I got the Packers, and same with Tommy. I would comfortably take like a 6.5, 7 line.
Yeah, even when the Packers are not a good team, they still just beat the Bears almost every time. It's kind of embarrassing. Well, moving on to the next game, we have the Bengals traveling to Detroit to take on the Lions. I feel bad for Lions fans. It's not been a pretty tenure in their entire lives, but the last 2 weeks have been brutal. I see signs that they're showing they could be a pretty good team. I'm putting the Bengals on upset alert. However, I do think the Bengals will win. This game's going to be a close one, in my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think a lot of people are assuming that the Bengals are just going to run away with this one because, they've been such a good team this year. But I think the Lions keep it close. I think upset alert is something to keep an eye on. But I think it's Bengals all the way, for sure.
Tommy, what are you thinking?
I'm taking Detroit. I think they get their first win. I think Dan Campbell gets his first win. I think he's going to have the team fired up, crying in the press conference, going to get the guys ready to go. They come out, they get a win, and they build as a team.
Monty, what you got?
I'm with Tommy too, man. I'm going to go Detroit getting their first win. Last week was as big of a heartbreaker as it gets. And like Tommy said, Dan Campbell crying in the press conference, super emotional. I think Detroit's going to come out firing. They're going to hit hard. They're going to run the rock, which pretty sure the Bengals are like 20-something against the run, if I'm not confused. So I'm going to go with the Lions getting their first win.
Yeah, it's interesting you say you both chose the Lions, and we both think this game's going to be close, me and Aidan. But we've had somebody on the show, whether it was mostly Andrew every time, someone's picked the Lions every single week except for week 1. So maybe somebody finally gets their pick right. Next game is an AFC South Showdown. By I say showdown, I mean 2-1-4 teams play each other. The Houston Texans travel to Indianapolis to play the Colts. The Colts might be one of the better 1-4 teams I've ever seen, but the season's not been pretty for them so far. I'm taking the Colts to win this game. Don't be surprised if this is more of a defensive divisional game where the score's lower than we would expect.
Yeah, I feel like the assumption is that the Colts are going to run away with this one, but I don't think that's something that's set in stone. I think that the Texans are going to keep it pretty close. They almost beat the Patriots last week, so there's a lot of promise behind this team, even though they're 1-4 and there's Davis Mills at quarterback. But I think they're a little underrated. So I think they'll keep it close with the Colts, but the Colts ultimately will come out with the win.
Tommy, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I got the Colts as well. I think they play down to their competition or play up, so I think it'll be a close one. You blow a 22-3 lead, basically all in the fourth quarter. They've shown glimpses. I don't know how good they can be. Wentz looked really good last game, so I'm going to take them. But I think the Texans keep it close.
Monty, what do you got?
I'm going to go with the Colts too, man. I honestly think that they're really going to build momentum and honestly take that division. The Titans, their defense looks really bad. You have Zach Wilson, who was a struggling rookie this year, who basically just tore apart the defense in the second half that they played that game. So I think Tennessee lacks defense, and that's why I think the Colts are going to jump them in the division.
We got Houston at Indianapolis.
Houston at Indianapolis, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with the Colts for that one.
All right, yeah, and I think this next game is one that is intriguing to nobody. The Rams are traveling to New York to play the Giants. I'm gonna take the Rams to win this one, and I'll take them plus or minus whatever they are. The Giants are without Saquon Barkley, potentially without Darius Slayton. Kadarius Toney is expected to play. Daniel Jones is expected to play. The Giants defense can't stop the run whatsoever, and the pass defense has been poor. I don't see this game being super competitive for a very long time.
Yeah, we all know the Rams are going to win this one. It's more just about the deficit at which they win by. And I think, if Jones plays, I know there's a couple tests he has to pass by the end of the week in order to be able to play. But if Jones plays, it'll probably be like a 10-point game, something along those lines. But this Rams defense isn't what it was in the past. So I think the Giants offense, assuming that Jones plays, will be able to score a decent amount, but not enough to win the game.
Definitely. Tommy, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams, obviously. If Daniel Jones plays, it's a 10-point line. I think the Giants could cover it. But I see this game being like 34-17, 34-21. They're going to put up points. The Giants' defense is horrible. Big game from Stafford. Rams win convincingly in New York.
Monty?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams too. I have a hard time believing anyone truly believes that the Giants will win this game. I think they could maybe make it close, maybe lose by 10 points. That's kind of my guess if they play their best. Obviously, Daniel Jones playing obviously plays a factor if he will play. I personally would not play him if Andrew Thomas is not able to play this week. I don't see why you would want to risk him getting hurt even more if you're missing your best offensive lineman. I do not think it's worth it. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to go with the Rams with this one by double digits.
Yeah, unfortunately, that last point, I do disagree with you. You can't just be sitting and resting players. It's 5 weeks into the season. This is week 6. You got to play your guys. A lot of Giant fans feel that way, that they should sit Jones if Thomas doesn't play. But not for nothing, Thomas was available to play last week, but he didn't because he was an emergency-only player. I feel like he'll be back and healthier this week, and he will play. I don't understand sitting your quarterback when the season's not nearly over. I don't get that one, and a lot of Giant fans I've seen have felt that way. But we'll move on. Don't want to get too off track. The Kansas City Chiefs travel to Washington to play the football team. These two defenses are awful, both of them. Washington, if you guys watch the channel all beginning of the year, I pointed out Washington's defense is not as good as you think it might be. And now the teams have had an offseason to see what the holes are in this team. They kind of know how to run through them. I think the Chiefs are, I don't know what they are. Their defense is bad. Mahomes is not playing well. I think they get a boost on the road this week with Washington also not playing well. Mediocre quarterback with a bad defense. Give me Kansas City minus whatever they are.
Yeah, Kansas City is going to come out with the win. I think this is a good game for them to, kind of establish their defense and, get things going on that side of the ball because, Washington's offense isn't anything spectacular. And, Kansas City's obviously been playing worse than what they really are, right? They're just in a bad snap. So I give it to Kansas City all the way.
Yep, that totally got you. Tommy, what do you got?
Yeah, I got the Chiefs. I think Washington hangs around a bit for like the first half, and then I think the second half, Mahomes will come out, get it going. They take a big lead, and I think it'll be a big stepping stone for the Chiefs going forward into the rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Monty, pick them.
Yeah, another easy pick. I got to go with the Chiefs. They need this one. You can't go 2-4, especially you're expected to win this game. You were before the season. Everyone was looking at you as the top contender. You're 2-3 now. I'm definitely going to go with the Chiefs. I think Mahomes has a big game.
Next game, we got the Vikings travel to Charlotte to play the Panthers. I'm going to take the Vikings to win this game on the road. It's less about what the Panthers do well and more about what the Vikings have missed out on opportunities this year. If you do not know, they're 2-3, and all their losses have come by one possession. They lost 14-7 to the Browns, and they lost by a field goal. They lost by one to the Cardinals, and week one they fumbled the ball away while in field goal range. I think the Vikings are going to need to pick up steam and make up for their missed opportunities. I think they're going to win this game, and I think Dalvin Cook and Alexander Mattison are going to have key roles in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for Minnesota, it's more just about can they eliminate the errors in these crucial moments, like you said, with the fumble late in the game. Minnesota, I like them a lot. Carolina's defense is very stout, but I give this one to Minnesota on a very close one.
Tommy?
I'm going to go with the Panthers in this one. I think the Vikings are going to come out with a big letdown. They just won. They need another win. I think they come out and actually lose. I think Darnold bounces back after that rough game against Philly, where they blew it in the second half. And he's got McCaffrey back this week, which will be huge, hopefully, as long as he plays. And, yeah, I'll take Carolina at home.
Monty?
I'm honestly with Tommy, man. The difference for this game, if CMC was not playing, I think I would take the Vikings, but it's just so clear the difference when Sam Darnold has Christian McCaffrey and when he doesn't have Christian McCaffrey. The first 3 games of the season, he looked like at the very least, a top 15 quarterback. But these last 2 games that he hasn't had CMC, he has not looked how he did the first 3 games. So just the fact that he has him back and the Vikings defense is kind of meh. I'm going to have to go with the Panthers in this one. I actually think that they only win by like 3.
Yeah, so we'll keep going. This game, 2 of these next 4 games, this is one of the 2 games of the week, in my opinion. We got the Chargers traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. The Ravens in their fourth quarter heroics have been unbelievable, but Justin Herbert has just been outstanding every quarter all year long. That defense is good. Baltimore's defense is not what it used to be. I'm taking the Chargers on this one.
Yeah, I think that the Chargers win this one if they can establish a lead early. Their offense is undeniable across the board. Great running back, great receivers, great O-line, and their defense is good too. But the Ravens, I also think, are a team that can fight back from almost any deficit like we saw last week. So, if the Chargers establish a large lead early on, it's a safe Chargers pick. But if it's a close game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to have to give this one to Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
Tommy?
I think it'll be close. Herbert looks better every time he throws the ball. He's a top 3 quarterback in the league this year easily. He's top 3, he's not 3. That being said, Ravens at home, they just won a tough one. I think that team has won a couple tough ones now. So I think that they defend home field and actually, do you know the line on this game? I think they might be 3-point favorites. So I
I
think,
believe it's around 3, 2.5
yeah,
or 3.
yeah. So I think they win, and I think it's a really close game. I think it comes down to a field goal, a couple points.
Monty?
I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers. I mean, if you're looking at them and you're watching them right now, I mean, the real question is, what can't they do right now? They are clicking on all cylinders, especially on offense. Justin Herbert is clearly an MVP candidate right now. They look better than they have in a real long time. I'm gonna go with the Chargers in this one. I'll take them by a touchdown.
Yeah, I agree with you there. That offense is just unbelievable. And a couple offenses in this next game look pretty good too. The Arizona Cardinals traveled to Cleveland to take on the Browns. The Browns losses this year have come against the best, the best of the best. Chiefs, come against Chargers. And now they have a tough matchup against an undefeated Arizona team. And in this game, I actually think I'm going to take the Browns to upset the Cardinals. And I think the reason I'm going to do this is because I think the run game continues to, the run game continues to push back. And I think the Cardinals have a defense that you can't really always trust. And I think the best part about their defense is their pass rush. And Chandler Jones is already out this week due to COVID. So can you neutralize JJ Watt by running the ball? The answer is yes. I think if the Browns run the ball successfully, they will win this game, and I'm going to take them at home.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I think this one's going to go to the Browns, but I think the main reason for it is going to be that Kyler Murray's been dealing with right shoulder soreness throughout the week. I'm not entirely sure he's going to be able to play at the MVP level that he's been playing at if that's nagging him during the game. So I just think the Browns have everything working in their favor right now in terms of health. And like you said, their run game is just unreal. So I'm going to give this one to the Browns in a really close one.
Tommy?
I got the Cardinals this week. I think I saw they were 3-point underdogs, actually, going into Cleveland, undefeated team. I'll take the +3, and I'll take the money line. I think it's hard to bet against an undefeated team, especially with how Kyler's playing. And what Kyler can do to avoid the pass rush and extend plays is just so frustrating for a defense. He just dances around there and finds an open man. I think he does that this week, and I think the Cardinals win and stay undefeated.
Yeah, he looks like Sonic the Hedgehog back there, in my opinion. Monty, what do you got for this game?
Listen, man, this is the game I'm looking forward to most. 2 Oklahoma quarterbacks. I got the Oklahoma Sox here. Big OU. I'm gonna go with the Browns. I think they're just way too good to fall to 3-3. I think that their run game is just ridiculous. You have Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, 2 arguably top 10 running backs in the league. And the Cardinals defense, as you said, will be suspect, especially without Chandler Jones, and the Browns with a great O-line. They'll give Baker time to throw. I'm going to go with the Browns. I'm going to actually take them by a touchdown.
All right. I like a little bit of a differing opinion. Next game we got going on is the Raiders travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. Both these teams started 3-0. Both these teams are now 3-2. And both teams have not looked good as of late. The Broncos have had a little bit of a tougher schedule. The Raiders lost last week and embarrassed themselves against the Bears. I'm going to take the Broncos at home because of the loss of John Gruden and all that went on there. We're not going to get into that, but I think that's a really big change in the middle of the week for a football team. Give me the Broncos at home.
Yeah, I think the Raiders are just kind of a dumpster fire right now with everything going on with their coaching staff. And like you said, in totally overreacting a few days ago, the Broncos would have won that game against the Steelers if Teddy Bridgewater didn't miss on 2 passes. So, I give this one to the Browns. I think that the Raiders are just a very suspect team right now. I don't think their offense is quite what we thought it was. So Broncos all the way.
Tommy, what are you thinking for this one?
Yeah, I got the Broncos as well. I think the Raiders, with all that went on, has too much to deal with. I think that they come out flat because how could you not with what they're dealing with, losing their coach, the way they lost him. So, yeah, I think this is an easy pick. Broncos at home.
Monty?
I'm going to go different than everyone, honestly. I think I'm going to pick the Raiders to win this one. I didn't think Denver was really legit from the start, honestly. I mean, 3-0 team, yeah, but I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, a quarterback, you played the Jaguars, you played the Giants, and you played the Jets. That's 3 bottom 5 teams in the league. And last week, you let, a washed old Big Ben score 30 points on you. I think that was a bad look. I'm actually going to go with the Raiders in this one. I think they actually win by double digits.
Yeah, now this next game is something that Tommy has a little bit of an upset alert on. I'll say the game and I'll let Tommy take it away about his thoughts on this one. The Cowboys travel up to New England to play the Patriots. Tommy, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think this is a trap game big time. I think the Cowboys are due for a letdown. They're 4-1, look great. Classic Cowboys fans already hyping up the Super Bowl. I think you're going into New England. Bill Belichick will dial something up. Mac Jones has looked good. I think the Patriots win this one in a close one.
Yeah, I agree with you about this is a trap game. Dallas is just really elite on the offensive side of the ball. Now, here's the question. The question is, will the Patriots turn the ball over? If they do not, they will win this game because I think their defense can hold them. However, Dallas has so much talent on that offensive side of the ball, and you saw what the Texans were able to do early in that game. If Dallas comes out in full ambush mode like the Texans did, they could blow them out of the water. However, if that Patriots defense buckles down a little bit, they can definitely dominate this game.
While I do agree with you guys that this could be a trap game, I just think that Dallas offense is undeniable, and I think it's going to be pretty hard for the Patriots to, keep it competitive. If they, like you said, if they limit the turnovers, I think it'll be really, really close. But ultimately, I think the Cowboys win by at least 7 points.
Monty, what are you thinking? I'm honestly going to go Dallas. I think it'll be a close game, and these are two teams that I do not love because of obviously the Patriots being my team rival, and then the Cowboys with their fans. But I got to be honest, I think this is the best Cowboys team I've personally seen since I started watching football. Their offense is clearly top 5. Dak looks like an impossible MVP candidate. The defense is playing good. I think Micah Parsons is a star. Trevon Diggs is a ball hawk. And, I mean, when you have a ball hawk corner for a rookie who, rookie quarterbacks, they're struggling this year. So I could definitely see Trevon Diggs adding up on that pick list and making his depoy case. I'm going to go with the Cowboys, and I'm going to take them by a touchdown.
Listen, that's fair. We're not going to go over the Monday night game because I think I'm just make sure I'm looking at this correctly. The Monday night game is Buffalo at Tennessee. We're not going to go over that one, but we are going to go over this last game. Seattle travels to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. This game's kind of a crapshoot, frankly. There's no Russell Wilson. Big Ben's terrible, but Seattle's defense is just as bad as Big Ben is, I think. So I'll take the Steelers, and I think Najee Harris has a breakout game, 200 total yards and a couple scores. Give me the Steelers, and I think they're going to win by at least 10 points. I don't think Geno Smith will try, but because of this defense, doesn't matter what he does, they're not going to really have a chance to win this game.
I actually think I'm going to be in the minority here, but I like the Seahawks this week. I liked what I saw to Geno Smith at the end of last week's game. I think that he was good at managing that role, and the Steelers have kind of just been a mess to start the season. Yes, last week they eked out a win against the Broncos. That was good for the morale for them, but I think the Seahawks are going to win this one, even though they're not favored. I think it'll be close, but they'll win.
Tommy, thoughts?
Yeah, no, I definitely got Pittsburgh. Seattle's defense is horrible. I think the Steelers' offense will actually get it going a little bit. I don't think Juju being out hurts them a lot at all because they still have Johnson and Claypool, and they have Harris in the backfield. Geno Smith did look good last week. I don't know if he can continue to look that good, even with those weapons he has. I got Pittsburgh Sunday night. I think they win by double digits.
Yeah, no, interesting point there. And Monty, before you even say yours, it's important to remember that Seahawks, I don't know if you guys know, just cut Trey Flowers. They cut their number 1 cornerback because he wanted out. So, Monty, thoughts?
I got something for you guys. Hold up.
All right, Monty's going to give us a little show here. He's going to pull out the Geno jersey. I'll bet any of you $10.
See this bum right here, Jamal Adams?
Oh man.
Going down this week. I'm taking Pittsburgh this week, man. I think Geno's firsthand experience. Oh my God, he's horrible. I think last week was just of the team not having film on him, and that's why he did good. That Seahawks secondary, man, it's bad. It's bad. And like you said, they just cut their number one corner. I think Deontay Johnson and Claypool both score touchdowns this week. That's my bold prediction. Might have to lock that in a parlay. I'm going to go with the Steelers, and I'm actually going to take them by double digits. Need those Seahawks losses to pile up for those Jets to get that better pick.
Yeah, no, that's true. And it's important to remember that I think an issue with Jamal Adams is less about his play and more about his role. I think as a guy who they gave up a lot for a guy who they don't know how to use. So that's concerning in itself. He is not a coverage safety. He's a box plus safety. And I say plus because he can do a little bit of man-to-man here and there. But why is he lined up on your best receiver? Why is he taking the over coverage on a guy when they're sitting him back in deep zones? It's not his game. Okay. You want to sit Jamal Adams in the middle of the field, be an enforcer. That's his game. And I don't think they're using him correctly. And, to your point, Monty, he's not been good, and I don't think he's been good because of his role. Obviously, a lot of it's his fault. He hasn't played well, but it's not the right role for him. The best teams put their players in the best positions to succeed, and the Seahawks have not done that. They gave up a lot for the guy, and they're going to live to regret it. But I really thank you guys for coming on. Make sure you follow all their social medias. Aidan on Twitter at Aidan Scully1. Tommy on Twitter at Tommy. I don't want to screw up your last name, so I'm not going to. And Anthony Monteleone at Anthony Monteleone 12 on Twitter. Remember, follow us on Instagram at Totally Unbiased, TikTok, Totally Unbiased, Twitter, YT_unbiased, and sub to the channel, like the vid. And if you guys want a chance to be on the show on Fan Fight, you guys always can come back. And we have, we want you, the audience, to comment below your thoughts on the games this week. Also, make sure that if you want to be on Fan Fight, you send us a DM, you send us a comment, whatever you want to do, and we'll see if we can get you on the show. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.